Should I make a tradition that I just start the video by tapping on my face at this point? I've done it the last like 5 videos. But hi, my name is Jasmine. I run the Crochettery here on YouTube, and if you don't know what I'm doing, then you should probably watch all the other videos before this one. This is what, day 4 now, so you're missing days 1, 2, and 3. Even if you don't watch the intro at this point, you still gotta watch them all in order just to see everything, because if you watch them out of order, then I spoil what I made previously, and nobody likes that. Nobody likes a spoiler. So I would just go back, watch 1, 2, 3, and then come back here and watch this one. They're not that long. I think episode 1 is probably the longest. I don't remember off the top of my head. I don't know off the top of my head, but I'm basically doing a personalized yarn advent calendar that my bestie has so graciously set up for me. So I didn't open any packages as I received them. I handed them to her and she wrapped them like this. And she put them all in her little coats so she knows what she's doing and I don't. Today's is just called PPCS. I don't know what that is. I don't know. She did inform me because I thought like maybe C stood for cake because I know she was looking at cake yarns, which is essentially just like wounded in a circle instead of an oval. Because like this looks like it would be wounded in a cake yarn. And she said, no, that's just because there was so much yarn that I couldn't wrap it. So I re-rounded all and then wrapped it. So this is probably a ball. I don't know if she still has the label in here. I'm hoping she does, because I can't check the receipts to see what the label is. Because if I check the receipt to see what yarn this is specifically, then I'd be spoiling all of the rest of the yarns that I don't know what they are yet. So I'm going to pray that the label is in here. And we're going to open today up. I'm so scared. I'm nervous. Get my hand in it going properly that way. Okay, it feels like a wool. Oh, okay, it is a cake. She lied to me. She didn't wind this. The label's on it. She lied to me. There's nothing else in there. This is Premier Puzzle Cotton Yarn. 349 yards or 200 grams, whichever you like. Medium 4. And the color Sunrise. This is really pretty. I don't know. I don't know what to use it for. I don't really use this. I'm looking at it like this because I'm so used to my camera being lower, but like I had to like makeshift the camera angle. Maybe I'll show you like at the end of this what it looks like from my perspective, because like there's a giant Freddy Fazbear and I'm just like my camera's on top of it. Put your hands up here, Jasmine. But I've seen the puzzle part, like with their like Serenity, which is like a 5 and this is a 4. The only thing I've used like this type of yarn to make before was a cowl, and I'm not really good at cowls, so kind of not happy that that's the direction that my yarn day is going in right now. So I don't know where I'm going with this. I can see that this is like probably a blanket of some sort. I can't see what the label inside says because usually they have a pattern in there, but I don't see one written on the inside. It's just about the Premier brand itself. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to go to the Yarnspirations website. I'm going to pop in acrylic cotton yarn at a medium 4 weight, and I'm going to browse through their list of free patterns. And I'm going to try to find one that fits this like sunrise color, because as of right now I don't know what to do with it. I don't know what to do with it. I don't really use this type of yarn that often. And I know that going into it, that was like her plan. She was like, I'm going to get some yarns you have done. I'm going to get some colors you don't use. Then I'm going to get some things you've never seen before. And this is one of those things that I've never seen before. So I don't know what this is going to be. It's probably not going to be amigurumi. Sorry. Not sorry if that's all you cared about. There's 3 other episodes where everything's amigurumi. I'm allowed to have one thing. I don't know what I'm going to turn this into though. Like I said, I'm going to browse free patterns, and then I guess at the end of the day, you'll see my long-awaited explanation of what the heck I turned this into. But I will show you Freddy Fazbear just to be nice. So here's the present thing, all of her like little anime things, and this is the giant Freddy Fazbear. And I've just been putting my phone up on top of the hat right here, just setting it like that and praying that it stays, but it hasn't really stayed that well. But I'm going to see what I can do with this, and we'll be right back in 3, 2. Okay, I'm back. Back in 2 ways, back to continue on in this video, and back in my usual space. nice. It feels nice. It feels nice to be back in my little spot. But as you can tell, I still have quite a bit of this yarn left. Like, either it's definitely like not touched by half. Like, there's definitely still a lot of yarn in here. I will weigh it afterwards and see what else I can make out of this during the time span. But I have not been doing great with finishing previous days. As we can tell next to the Baphomet here, which has its tail, but it's yet to be finished. And it only needs 2 pieces left, and it's only missing its horns. But I'm hoping that some of the days will allow me to have extra time that I can finish that and then come back and finish this later in the weeks. Fingers crossed for that. But I said at the beginning that this wasn't going to be turned into an amigurumi piece, and my friend assumed I was going to turn it into an amigurumi piece, but I was like, no. Only because it had cotton in it, and I find cotton is stiffer when it's crocheted, so I don't like using it for amigurumi, because then it becomes difficult to work with in terms of it gets too stiff in a certain way, and then you can't really crochet with it anymore. It won't mold into a shape. So I don't like using cotton for amigurumi, so I told you it probably wasn't going to be that. And it wasn't. I started a scarf, but I don't like doing scarves. So I started doing a top instead. This is what it looks like so far. The pattern's by Passionate Goods here on YouTube. So the bra cups and then the corset back that I started making. I have to do the straps and such. And that is why I am coming to you guys with a little update. Because you remember how I said I knew what one of the prompts was? It's time. No, originally I was going to do something fun that I wanted to do at the end of the challenge. Kind of because I weaseled her into telling me what it was. As you know, I have Filbert, who is back here somewhere. Filbert. I found him. Filbert the Fluffy Cow. He's the first thing I've made in Fluffy Yarn. He's the first thing that I made that I looked at it and I went, I did that. So Filbert is my little assisting buddy here. Kind of my crochetery icon. And I talked about wanting to do something cute where I make him a little closet. So like he gets sweaters, you know, stuff like that, little hats and things like that. So she was like, I'm going to make her do that. So she bought me yarn to make a Filbert. And then additional yarn to like make outfits for him. I was going to do like a little Santa hat or like a little reindeer onesie. And it was going to be super cute. Except I got an email that one of the yarns didn't ship. And I couldn't tell what it was until I went to her house. And I went to her house, obviously. I got some more yarn. Which, first of all, is a bit insane. Because like this one's one day. And this, and this is one day. This terrifies me. That terrifies me. That is a huge package for not only once, but a second, another huge package. Is insane. So I couldn't use the fluffy yarn idea because I didn't get his base body color, but I know what this one is, and this would have been the other fluffy yarn color from Lion brand. This is Go for Fox, and the color Pink Poodle. Obviously it's the same color as Filbert on here. I didn't get the blues, they were out of like stock. I got an email saying like, oh, it's our bad, we're sorry about that, we'll refund you. So I'm going to take the pink, and like it started to become orange at the bottom just because of the way the yarn is. There is a little bit of orange in it. But I'm going to take the pink and I'm going to outline around it because that is in the pattern. It's the fox fur top bralette thing. So I'm going to use this one now and I'm going to outline the top, and then next time you see me I will have the top done. And it is still pretty early for me. Excuse my PlayStation noise, but it's 7:38 for me. So I might have hope for Baphomet. He might get finished tonight, but don't take my word for it. We're back. What time is it now? It is 9:49 p.m. So hypothetically speaking, I could get some of Baphomet done, but I'm just gonna get in bed early because I've been going to bed later the last 2 nights, and I need to get up at 7 a.m. again tomorrow. So unfortunately, they're still bald. And for the same reason that this one didn't get his finishing details, but I'll finish them up tomorrow. I do have the top done though. You can see the little fur lining. So here is what the finished top looks like from the front's perspective. So obviously if you were wearing it, it would look like this, but I'm not going to put it on because I can't figure out how to wear corset backs. It doesn't go well for me. But here is the front of it. And there you can see the back hanging off. And then here is the back of it. You can see this is so hard to show you, the two sides. And then this is the part where you can tie it up into a little bow. It's hard to tell with the fur yarn. But essentially you could pull this out to be bigger if needed, or tighten it to be smaller if needed. I'm just going to re-put it in a little bow real quick, and then I guess I'll try it on for craps and giggles, even though it's probably not gonna fit me. I can never get corset tops to work for me. Only one of them has worked for me, and it wasn't even like a corsetting back. But essentially you would just put it on like that. You would fling the straps and stuff to the back, and then you would pull this down, and like I said, this is a corset back, so you would take the strings and you would pull until it was your desired top. Obviously this one's not going to fit me to the fullest extent, but I gotta get up and back a bit more. You can get the gist. This does not fit me. But that's okay, because I didn't make it to fit me. Which is why I didn't want to go and put it on, to show you guys for that purpose. I was like, I'm probably not going to keep this. So I don't want to, like, put it on. And then people see me with it on, and they're just like, I saw your video, and I saw that you were wearing the top. And then it's kind of just like, yeah, I did that. So I'd prefer to not put the top on if possible. Sorry, corset backs are hard, man. I don't know where one end begins and the other stops. Like, especially with tying it, and it's fur yarn too, which makes it harder to see it. Like, not even arguably, like, guarantee it makes it harder to see. So, like, I'm struggling a little bit. Just a little. But there is the top, the front, and the back again. You can see this chain is a little long. I wasn't sure how big to make it. So I guess maybe on some people it would be a little too big. Some people it would be a little too short. Who knows? But that makes this day officially completed, which is a very nice and rewarding feeling. I will say though, since like the whole point of me doing this is one, my personal enjoyment of Yarnmas, but two, I also want to do the little Christmas giveaway by the end of this. If you like the top with the pink to the orange little bits, and then the pink fluffy yarn lining, it does. Oh well, that is not correct. Have I been holding it up wrong, or just, I don't know. But if you like the corset top, which you can't really see, I think it's just because of how I'm holding it. But if you like the corset top, the bralette, it's called just refer to it as what it is. This is day 4, or the fox fur bralette. Then I will keep the yarn I have until the end. And you can say, I want that. And then I'll make it for you at the end, which you'd have to wait like a day or two extra to get it. But I can make it in your sizing. It comes in, I believe, 4 or 5. It comes in extra small, small, medium, large, and extra large, which each size has its own coordinated bra size. This one is the large cup, for instance. I don't know if holding it up next to me helps anything. It fits a variety of like C to D cups, and then, you can kind of guess from there. I don't really know all of the adjustments. I just made the large sizing, so this one is the large sizing. But if you're unsure, then I can't really help you. It only depends if you win and you want this specifically. If you don't want this specifically, then you're fine. You can just ignore this and I will use that yarn in my spare time. But that is it for day 4. Pretty successful, if I say so myself. Just in the fact of that, like, I finished it, so it's successful. Because, I could have ran out of yarn. I could have not finished it. I think if I definitely went the scarf route, I would not have gotten it done, which would have sucked. Because then it would have been 2 failed days, because day 1's Baphomet is still here, which is... But I did find tomorrow's day, which my whiteboard's over here, PSCD. It's on the package too. I don't know why I didn't just look at that. We got PSCD, and it's a pretty small one. It's about the same size that the Parfait Glitz yarn was, and the same size the pom-pom one was, so I'm thinking unless she got actual chunky this time, it's probably a 3rd variation of the Premier chunky stuff. So we'll see tomorrow. It's kind of like flicked up a little bit, but I'm not gonna look at it because I'm gonna be nice about it. But it looks small today, which is good, because then I have the hopes of finishing this yarn up and going back to the Baphomet. But until then, we do this tomorrow, which I'm excited for. I'm excited each day, because each day is a new adventure, because I never know what I'm getting. I've gotten a weird half-finished Baphomet head. I've gotten a dinosaur and a leggy frog. I got some weird bunny in a onesie fail thing. I got a fox fur bralette now, and an almost done, almost finished actual version of the Baphomet. So I'm excited for that. Everything else here on out is planned for, so it's just an account of me waking up early in the morning and doing each day. But that's all I got for today. So I won't see you guys until That was aggressive for no reason. I'm sorry.